Hey everyone, and welcome to Chef AJ and Friends. My guests today, or my friends, are Sid Garza Hillman and Jeff Stanford. Sid is the Wellness Program Director or the Program Wellness Director of the Stanford Inn, and Jeff Stanford, along with his wife Joan, are the owners of the Stanford Inn. And we're going to offer you a very special opportunity to spend the weekend not only with me and my husband and my dog Bailey, but also with Dr. Alan Goldhamer and his wife. We're calling it's kind of like escaping the pleasure trap, but it's a combination of pleasure and escaping the pleasure trap. But let's welcome these gentlemen to tell you a little bit about their place and the weekend. Hi, Sid. Hi, Jeff.
Good to see you again, AJ.
Nice to see you. Well, I am so excited because I've been hearing about the Stanford Inn for I don't know how long. Everybody, the who's who of vegans, always go there. They go there for their anniversaries, for their birthdays. And it's a very special place, and especially because pets are actually welcome. You don't have to be a service dog. But before we get into oh, that's a cute little doggy.
Yeah.
Before we
Yeah.
get into the what's going to happen on the weekend, and I'd love to take a little tour of the place, just tell us a little bit about the history of the place, when it started, a little bit in case people didn't see the last time you guys were on.
Okay. Well, we were on two separate times. So the history of this place is that we've been here since 1980. It came up for sale when we were looking for property, and we just had discovered that we were pregnant with our first child. And I thought everything was perfect. And to help us buy the place, the previous owners, Art and Catherine Williams, actually loaned us a good part of the down payment because they wanted a young family here. And now it's many, many years later. We've been here almost 45 years.
Wow, that's
And
incredible. Has it always been a vegan place?
oh no, this was an abalone fishing place. When we bought it, it was one long motel, Redwood Motel, and they had places for, processing abalone and probably fish. But it was a different time in this area.
And I mean, since Joan and Jeff bought it, they've expanded, immensely. How many rooms initially? 10 when you first bought it?
No, there were roughly 23.
23, was that
But
big?
it's rough because we had to live in a unit.
Right. And so then anyway, now it's 41 rooms and there's suites and there's an indoor pool and there's an organic garden and there's canoeing and biking and all sorts of amazing stuff and incredible landscaping, which we'll show you, and a views and all sorts of cool stuff. And a full restaurant. Those are all built by Joan and Jeff since they've been here.
Right. And the reason we built it was to give people, I became vegan, at least philosophically. I didn't know about the chicken industry or the dairy industry, but in 1985, and the result was everything we did, and so did my family, and everything we did basically was to make vegan look really attractive. And so we have a really nice lobby. We're actually in a combination lobby and dog dining room right now. We can get up in a minute and show you that, and then we have another lobby and then another reception area, so that it's comfortable and there's a sense of luxury and at the same time embedded in a garden. By 1985, we'd started gardening, converting what was a mess in terms of landscaping or lack of landscaping into a productive organic, certified organic gardens, or which we call Big River Nurseries, but which were originally called the China Gardens when the Chinese farmed here to provide food for loggers back at the turn of the last century, over 150 years ago.
So you bought the place in 1980. You personally became vegan in 1985. When did the inn become vegan?
Well, the inn was essentially vegetarian, period, and then it became vegan in 2000. Well,
2007. So seven, the dinner became vegan. I started here in '06, and I was already vegan, and Joan and Jeff and we kept kind of
We
talking
were all
about
vegan.
it was just hard because we were vegan and
We lost so many guests when
Yeah.
it was simple. We were always vegetarian. Then we opened a restaurant, said to people, "We're vegetarian," and we lost all these guests.
Yeah,
And
we
they've
so
been eating
we made the
breakfast
yes we
yeah.
made the dinner in '07, and then the breakfast we gently slid out. And so in other words, we made eggs upon request, removed them from the menu, and we expanded the offerings and things like that. And then we transitioned completely to 100% vegan in 2011. And at that point, we knew we would get some blowback, which we did. But when one guy goes, your hollandaise sauce is never going to be as good when you go vegan, but we already had. So there was a few wins that there's a few wins
Or the
that
scones.
yeah, and
Or the
one
scones.
woman wouldn't come back to try our scones once we became vegan. Never tried them. She was just mad on principle, But we've gotten a lot more people coming in, and interestingly, like 95% of our guests aren't vegan or vegetarian. So we really appeal. Sometimes vegans are pretty harsh critics of us, and in a weird way, they're not our demographic. We're actually and changing people's minds, and it's kind of a cool thing to see.
Yeah, and what you prescribe is more towards what we're doing. We try to be whole foods, and a lot of vegans want Impossible burgers, a lot of ersatz cheese, not the nut cheeses because those can be really excellent, but the cheeses that melt all over a hamburger that's made with an Impossible burger, and I that's not healthy food, so we don't serve it and
Nice.
have no intention of serving it. But we get a lot of criticisms from people that are so used to having fat in their food and they miss that fat and they miss that how it conveys flavor. They don't even know how to taste yet, and yet they're vegan. There's so much for them to learn and learn to enjoy, and then realize that they can actually cook this way. And it takes a couple of months to get off of fat, but
Yeah.
once you're off of it, it's an awesome way to live.
Absolutely. So for people that are geographically challenged like myself, where are you located and how does the average person get there?
You need a driver that drives really slow because there's hills and curves.
It's not too bad. We actually did a video on YouTube of driving here because it's absolutely breathtaking the drive in. But you're basically going to fly into San Francisco, Oakland,
Santa
Sacramento,
Rosa.
or the closest one, Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
And you're going to drive sometimes a few hours through wineries and redwoods and break
It's
out in
the
the
most
Pacific Ocean.
beautiful
It's
country.
absolutely. And so we always tell people take it easy. Once you've lived here, we don't even think about it. But Jeff's a super slow driver, but I can take the curves pretty well. Anyways, and so but yeah, they get here. We always say, decompress. You're going to be okay. Jeff's super fast. It's very nail biting. Anyways, and so, but anyways, very nice drive. But
I
yeah,
learned-
you don't come here for a night. You come here to, even if you're in the Bay Area, it's a whole different world up here. And it really is a place where you can see the tension just goes away when they get here. Like it's just ocean and redwoods and
Yes.
cliffs. And it's just something.
There's an energy on this land that's particularly appealing. It causes people to rethink their life. It's a very interesting. It certainly affected me and my wife, Joan, and our kids were born here, and so they're vegan, and their kids are vegan. It's it's a very special place, and all we try to do is to stay out of the way of this energy, whatever it is. Some people. One of our guests came here and he said, "You have an angel here." He was a minister. And I said, "Well, we have spirits here." He said, "No, it's one being." Well, it's always going to be one being, but I don't want to get into that kind of esoterica. But, and he was right, but they get very excited, those people that are sensitive to it. That's enough said about that. But it's why we are the way we are.
Well, you're in Mendocino, right? That's the actual
Yeah,
city.
Mendocino Coast. It's the county of Mendocino. We're on the Mendocino Coast. So
Right.
the whole county has, I don't know, less than 90,000 last time we checked.
About 84,000.
Yeah, of population. So it's very low population. And that means when you're in the natural world out here on the coast, there's never issues with parking. It's very logistically easy to do things around here.
Right.
Hikes and such.
And people are leaving. Unfortunately, what that does is creates a lack of rentals. But there's just very few people here.
But it's a great place to visit and a great place
to raise your kids.
and to just reconnect with everything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited because I'll be going there the first time for my 30th wedding anniversary. And I'm curious, when did the place become dog friendly? And are there any restrictions in breeds or sizes?
The day we walked in, it became dog friendly, every room.
Actually, and we did a video on this too, if anybody wants to watch, but pet friendly to the point of pigs and birds and cats and iguanas and turtles. Yeah, turtle. So and I'm going to switch the camera around for a second here, if you don't mind, because I want to show you something, which is we're sitting in the lobby, as Jeff said, and this is where people can dine and have breakfast with their dogs in the morning, and then through here. It's hard to, I don't want to get people dizzy, but I'll show you the main dining room. So we're going to pass by the lobby, which is here. This is the lobby, which we've set up tables for people to dine with their dogs. And then in here is the main dining room where people, it's not with their dogs unless it's a service dog, but otherwise it's the dining room where
She's
people
the service
can.
dog.
Where,
I told
well,
you that story, but
yeah.
she really is.
So, anyways, so that's what that is. So that's where, yeah. So Jeff's in there, man. Yeah.
This is our son's dog.
Yeah.
Our dogs are upstairs right now.
That's amazing.
So that's the yeah.
It's
And now
amazing.
do you want to see some other stuff, or do you have other questions? 'Cause
I
can show
have
you
lots of other
stuff, too.
questions, but I would love to see some other stuff as well.
Okay, so let me turn the camera. So this is the main lobby where you would check in. But if you notice, there's a a little snack shop and a really good bookstore. We get lots of compliments. Jeff curates this, and so there's tons of amazing books. It's too bad you've never written any books, AJ. Otherwise, we'd have yours here. Anyways, and so those are there. And then I don't want to get dizzy, but here's it's actually quite an extensive bookstore, if you can see.
It's mostly science and.
So there's a lot of vegan stuff, and then there's, all sorts of different kinds of things. So that's kind of cool. And that's our front desk area there.
That's Pamela.
The main entrance, yeah. So yeah, I'll flip it back around. So what else, question-wise?
Oh, well, okay. A few questions. So what does a typical guest day look like? And do you have that famous restaurant there? And is that open to the public as well?
Correct. Pretty much everything we do, except for the indoor pool, for instance. But the restaurant's open to the public. The wellness center's open to the public. I teach cooking, nutrition, and breath. And Joan Stanford does creative play shops. And we've got gardening and mushroom exploration hikes, and all open to the public.
Canoeing,
Very cool.
and kayaking and bicycling.
All open to the public and guests alike. And so, when you're a guest here, you get free use of a mountain bike. And so if you're not a guest, that would be a rental fee for you. But we have an indoor pool, which we'll show you, and a sauna and a jacuzzi. That's guests only, that's kind of thing. We have massages that are open to the public as well, and to guests as well.
But only one person with a massage.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's not that open.
And so, yeah, open to the public, but not per massage. Anyway, yeah, and so it's pretty great because we do get a lot of yoga, for instance. We get a ton of locals coming in, with some of our instructors.
Yeah,
regularly every week.
So is the idea that you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the Ravens?
I would, because I'm vegan, but a lot of people come in. Breakfast is included with the room, so they'll sometimes, if they're ardent non-vegans, they'll have breakfast because it's good and they have to admit it, and then they head off into town for whatever else. I thought it was funny when we became vegan. I thought the blowback would be about cheese, but we get more complaints about not having half and half for the coffee, which is hilarious. I did not see that coming. They're like, no half and half for a coffee, but we have really good creamers of variety, and everyone's always happy. So there's always going to be a few, as you know. But yeah, that was the thing that I think still makes more people mad is the creamer.
According to Dr. Barnard, that dairy is addictive. What's a typical breakfast that's included with your stay at the Stanford Inn?
Well, I'll let Jeff speak to it, but it is a really extensive menu, phenomenal, and it's not continental or buffet. You sit down in the restaurant and you order from the menu. So why don't you give the details on that?
Then our cooks produce it. Well, one of them is chili killies. Who brought that?
Chili killies. That was my dream. When we became vegan, I was like, man, it'd be great if we had chili killies. And Jeff made a call down to the chef down there, and he goes, what about vegan chili killies eventually? And the guy goes, give me 10 minutes. And he produced it. And so we love that. But basically, almost predominantly whole food based. We have some things like scones and muffins that are, some refined flours and things like more treats. But in terms of portobello Florentine, it's whole grain English muffin, and it's the portobello mushroom and tomato, and the potatoes, very like a light dusting of oil. Like we kind of keep it.
Breakfast enchiladas, spinach, and the tostadas or the tortillas, whole grain, and as well as the sauces, all.
So we keep things like that. We have buckwheat, chickpea waffles and pancakes for buckwheat, and really great, and people love them. So yeah, it's pretty wide variety of the oatmeal, obviously house made granola, fruit plates. What am I forgetting?
Hang on, I have to think about it.
Garden scrambles with tofu scramble with potatoes.
Tempeh, quinoa. Those are the 3 grain types that we have in.
So we made it that extensive because we know that most of the people who stay here aren't vegan or vegetarian. So we really, even at dinner too, we have things on the menu that are appealing.
He's the breakfast
chef.
Yeah,
he's Ubaldo. Appealing to people who are not vegan. And they understand it. They see raviolis or enchiladas, and they go, "Oh, I get that." Pulled pork type dish with Kahlua mushrooms. coconut rice and a relish, a pineapple relish. Phenomenal. Has the same kinds
I,
of notes that pulled pork would. You know how it is.
And we can imitate the palate of fats, but we can't imitate fat directly. So the palate's there and the flavors are there. And
Yeah.
where are we going?
Well, they were talking over those things.
all right. Yeah, just try to keep the camera as still as possible.
Sorry, I know. I don't want to get you dizzy.
Kind of like watching Dr. Greger. So do people then eat, the people that are vegan, do they eat the lunch and the dinner at the Ravens as well?
Yeah, I mean, this oddly enough, we live in kind of hippie town USA, but the vegan options in our area are not great. And so a lot of times, if they are vegan, they will be here eating here almost every meal. So if not every meal, lunch we offer. It's called lunch on
That
the.
was Joan.
That was Joan.
Hi, Joan.
We we offer lunch on the go. So we don't do a sit down lunch. So guests can order in the morning when they're having breakfast. They make their lunch order. They pick it up midday, and they might go to the beach or a trail for a picnic, or in our gardens, or on their room deck,
Oh, sometimes they just eat it in here.
and sometimes eat in the lobby. Yeah,
And then we have coffee and water and stuff like that available for and tea and available for people, and they can just help themselves to that.
and what's interesting is I would say most people don't do lunches, and that's because we have we do big portions in the restaurant, and the reason why is because, and sometimes vegans nail us, so much food. It's like, yeah, because non-vegans think they're not going to get enough food to eat in a vegan restaurant time and time again. So we make our portion sizes big. So usually people have breakfast and they don't need to eat lunch because they're full, way full until dinner. So that's usually what happens. I run vegan retreats here, and I don't think not one person has ever said, "What about lunch?" They go, "Oh my gosh, I'm so full." Then we do a cooking class, and then they're on to dinner, and they're completely fine all day.
But he feeds them as he does cooking.
Yeah, there's taste in the cooking class, so they're like absolutely fine.
Nice. Well, what's a typical day like? Like, is there a list of activities or do people just chill out or?
They can do whatever. So we have the ability for people to do a ton or to do nothing. So sometimes they want to sit on their deck and read a book, and that's what they do. This is not a retreat center. This is a resort. So we have some packages that you can, a wellness package that you can apply to your stay that includes classes, or book one cooking class or a nutrition class or a creative play shop. So you can do a lot or a little. And so getting up in the morning and you have breakfast, you might go to the indoor pool and you might get on one of our mountain bikes, or you might get on a canoe and you might take a wellness class and you might walk around the town, which is incredible. I mean, the town itself is a historical landmark, the village of Mendocino. It's where Murder, She Wrote was filmed. So it's got this kind of East Coast little village type vibe. Very cool.
Yeah.
And then come back and sit in the garden and have dinner and go to bed. You can fill up your day or not.
It's also a popular place for families. They come because we have that pool. We're the only place with a pool. And we have a workout room, which, fitness room, which we're the only place with. And people enjoy all of that. What we find is that people change their plans when they get here. They actually relax. For example, they'll come in and they'll see a book, and I'm okay with them not buying the books because the books all are meaningful and important. I unfortunately don't do novels, so there aren't any. There's one or two actually that I know about, but the books are interesting and they grab people's attention, and they start reading, and they don't have that kind of leisure time at home to read usually. It's the way we live today.
So they just sit in the lobby.
They sit in the lobby and read, and I really like seeing that. Excuse me.
And we have fireplaces, so in the evening, fire gets lit, and you're sitting in a pine redwood lobby. It's so cool with a fire, and you're reading a cool book and talking to other guests, and it's very lodgy kind of thing.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that is an interesting thing, because I'll see, and I know that this happens a lot. People will sit like where we're sitting now. There's a couch just to the right of us and two chairs. They'll sit here, watch the fire, and they start talking. And then what happens is, not all of them by any such stretch of the imagination, but a fairly decent percentage of people say, "We'll see you next year here." In other words, they form a friendship that is really interesting to us. That happens.
What percentage of people are return customers, would you say?
Oh, it varies between 50 and 70%.
That's
And if you include the people that are actually direct referrals from existing guests, we're filling up on that. I mean, that is where a lot of people come from because we actually track. Have you heard about us before? And so where people never remember, but mostly we see what we do see is personal recommendation and obviously returning guests.
Yeah. And what's
Particularly for any kind of holiday or anything, we don't have any new people usually unless they booked early because we have so many returning guests.
what is peak season there?
Any, well, the peak season is we just went through a peak period for President's Weekend. It was very full, and now we probably won't have anything until April, and it'll be really busy again. And then it'll drop off in May, and then it'll get busy on Memorial Day, and and then drop off during graduations and all of that, and then get busy again in July. So it's like this.
Yeah,
It's
but
very
typically, I would say the summer tends to be the busiest time, and then non-holiday periods slows down, and the holidays always
right. But what'll happen is we'll get through Halloween, which is like dead, and then the mushrooms are usually flushing, and people start coming for that, and we fill up again.
Yeah, mushroom season is in around November, depending on the first rains. And there's a mushroom festival here. We do a special menu, and it's always pretty cool. Brings
Wow.
people in.
What is the average length of stay? Do people come from a weekend? Do they come from a week?
The average length of stay used to be 2.1 days, and I haven't worked that out yet.
It's probably still in the 2 to 3 day range, I would say. Sometimes we get people staying 5 or 6
Well,
days,
like just this last weekend, we get a lot of people that stayed on Friday night only for some reason, but because we allowed it. But we did have an awful lot of long stays
Yeah.
where people just hung out here. So I would say that the average went over 3, and that even with the many people that stayed just Friday. But it started just before Valentine's Day, and we still have people here
Where are most of your people coming from, and where's the furthest anyone traveled to come?
around the world. I mean,
oh my gosh.
yeah, we get Japanese. We've been featured. We have sea palm strudel that we're not serving now. We're doing a sea palm pad thai, but it's the Japanese people got very interested in sea palm. And the result was they sent magazine people here to do it, and we got very popular in Japan, and we still are getting guests from Japan from that coverage.
But Eastern Europe, Western Europe, I mean,
Yeah,
it all over the country, mostly Bay Area.
The furthest away is India, because that's almost 12. That's roughly 12 hours from here, so you can't really get much further, which is 24 hours because it's the next day. So,
Australia.
Yeah. Australia. Yeah, a lot of Australians.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good vegan movement in Australia. It's very interesting because I didn't know that until recently.
Any, if you're allowed to say, any famous people come there, or even people in our plant-based world? Anybody?
You mean besides us?
Yeah, exactly. Besides,
Well, yeah. I mean, we have had some famous people, and some of
You
them.
can say names.
I'm not going to say who I don't like.
Okay, you can. Yeah, but Woody Harrelson was here once, not when I was here.
Yeah,
Alicia Silverstone's been here. Daryl Hannah's been here.
Yeah, Daryl.
Moby's been here.
Yeah, but he was bored out of his tree.
I don't think so. And then, probably Jeff probably has a long.
you and Moby go to the same hairdresser, I'm told.
We do. Yeah. In fact, when he was here, we shared razors. It was very intimate.
Yeah.
What about any of the plant-based doctors come?
Yes. There's
Barnard come?
No, Barnard's never been here, but I have a tremendous amount of respect for Neil Barnard. I met him a couple of times, but the doctors that come here is that guy named Jeff. He's a vegan, and he worked with McDougall. Jeff who?
I don't remember.
What's his last name?
And then
there's that guy from Chicago that set up a whole vegan moved from Chicago.
Yeah, the guy in Sacramento. We can't remember names, but who's the doctor in Sacramento that did the water fast? Michael? No.
No, that what?
Dr.
Oh,
Clapper.
What's that?
Not Dr. Michael Clapper?
No, he hasn't been here.
No, not Clapper. No, Dr.
Anyway, we'll think about it. But not many.
His wife's a philosophy
That's right.
teacher.
Yeah, that was Sacramento. Yeah, not many on that front though.
That's weird because I live near Sacramento and I can't think of who you're thinking of.
He's been vegan for years.
Yeah,
and he treated people from a vegan perspective. And his name I thought it
was Michael, but it could be wrong. Anyways,
no, it's not Michael. There's a vegan guy in my.
We'll think about it.
A radio show called Michael there. Not Michael. It was. I can see him. Remember, he did a water fast and almost killed him.
Yeah,
he came here. He overdid it.
anyways,
and he came here to recover, and he started eating again
Yeah.
slowly. He started with fruit and everything.
Okay.
He's a great guy. I can't.
Well, when you think of him, let me know. So
yeah, for sure.
I'd love to see a little bit more.
Don, no,
Don
that's,
Forster.
Oh,
no,
Don
'cause that's the guy.
Forrester.
No, that's Sedona, but they've been here.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
sure his
sorry.
name was
It's good to
Don.
know that if you're a famous person watching, even if you come, they won't remember your name.
Correct. We try to forget as fast.
Yeah,
as
we won't remember you,
Yeah.
Daryl. I'll remember her. She's quite attractive.
All right.
Anyway, so go ahead.
You guys are like a comedy duo. Show us some more of the place, and even if you could show us a room, if that's possible, because
Sure.
we would love to see a little bit more of this gorgeous.
Let's go see the do that. And let's go see the pool too.
We'll see the-
Okay, so I'm going to switch over to.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so we're going to walk out here. I'll show you an incredible view. This is our main lobby. We're going out the entrance. Can you see me okay, Chef?
I can see you perfectly.
AJ?
It's gorgeous. I can see you perfectly.
Okay, cool. I'll make sure. Yeah, cool. So here we go. This is the outside deck of the building of the place we were just sitting, the lobby. But this is the deck, so people can sit outside and eat or have a cocktail or something. But then I'm purposely waiting to swivel to the left. But check this out. Are you ready? You see that?
That's gorgeous. Now, what is that house below?
So interestingly, that house right there is where the old owners, they still own that house. They passed away, but their kids own it now. So Jeff and Joan basically own everything around that house, which is hilarious. But so in the very far, it's probably hard to see, but we have rescue llamas, donkeys, and horses in those pastures over there. And the ocean, as you can see, is there. It's hard to see where I'm going to show you, but through the trees down there is the big river, and that's where we do canoeing up and down the river if people want to do that. And now I'm going to show you another view, which is the other room. So we're in this building to the left is where we were just in with a lobby, but that building and that building are the ones with the rooms. 38 of them up here, and then we have 3 down below that are bigger. Anyways, and so that's where you're looking here is all the landscaping. You can see really beautiful down here.
It's stunning.
Yeah, isn't it incredible? We picked a very good day to do this Zoom session because it's gorgeous and warm and sunny and incredible. So anyways, there's places to sit amongst the trees, through there's little places we have to sit. So some people just get a cup of coffee and they hang out outside and they kind of sit in nature. It's pretty great.
Like kind of like forest bathing.
That's exactly right. Right on the land. So I'm coming through here.
How big
There's
is
Jeff right there.
How many acres is this?
Grab a list
We're 10 acres.
and then find out what.
And then, so we're going to let's go see the pool first.
So, have it too.
Yep, cool. So we're going to go across here. This is just our driveway. It's a circular driveway. And we're coming up through here. Jeff, you go ahead. And Jeff's going to show us the indoor pool.
Big green leaf.
Okay, here you go.
Nandina. No, this is Nandina too.
Oh, it must be incredible to live there.
It's pretty great. Yeah, Jeff and Joan live on the property. It's a dying art, but the owners actually live here. It's truly family run. So this is the indoor pool.
Yeah, when you say family owned and operated, you mean it.
Correct. And there's the
our
jacuzzi and sauna.
Family kind of extended.
So there you go. I can't show the whole thing because there's people actually in here, but there you go. Sauna is back there and jacuzzi there. So really, really pretty and very interesting. It's like because it's a saltwater pool and it's heated to 82, I believe.
Yes.
And so even in the winter, the inside of that building is humid. It's like a tropical paradise. So it's like you're in, all of a sudden you're in the islands.
I love warm water.
We've grown bananas in there, coffee. Anyway, this building right here is our massage in the forest building. You can see the sign here. And this is where we do massages. It's really quiet. I don't think there's anything going on right now. It's at 4485.
How many different types of massages do you offer?
Yeah. Well, I don't have it offhand, but I would say 5 or 6 different ones.
Oh no.
More now?
There's the sub ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like he's frozen now. Hmm. Maybe you're too far
Here?
away from the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeff's what we're seeing right now is just Jeff's back. Yeah.
Okay. It froze up.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to reconnect. Let me know when you can hear me.
Okay. Oh, I think I'm starting to
Can you
see.
hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. And I'm starting to see again. Perfect.
Okay, great.
So
Yep.
5 or 6
Yep.
different.
Sorry, we went a little far away from the connection.
That's okay. So about five or
Yeah,
six
plus a
different.
variety of facials.
Do
Yeah.
you ever do in-room massage?
We do not offer in-room massage at the moment, but most people they just are super happy going to that beautiful building, and so that's what that is. And we're gonna see a room. Here comes Jeff. This is the entrance, the entryway, which we came out of this building, but we're gonna go check out a room real quick.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You can see how many plants and greenery, and the landscaping crew does a really good job. We're gonna follow Jeff. We're gonna go to a room, whatever room you want to go.
Oh,
We just can't go too far away because of the Wi-Fi.
well, the Wi-Fi, just the Wi-Fi.
Should be okay.
will pick up on all of it.
So here's our rooms, and in the holidays, there's wreaths on every room door, which is very cool.
Yes.
Sounds fantastic.
Let's as soon as we get closest.
What about 3 years?
Yeah, good.
One, let me see. I gotta put on my glasses.
Yeah,
Okay, hold on. One
he's-
second. Sorry, this is very fun. Do you have a question for us in the meantime? He's
Yeah,
waiting
no,
to see which room is not open, so we don't walk in on it.
Yeah, he seems to be frozen again.
Okay, how about now?
No, you're a black screen right now. Now you're up again. Yep.
Okay. Okay, cool. There we go.
Yeah. You might be just too far.
Going into a room.
Oh,
Oh, there's an actual.
you're
hotspot
completely
here.
black now. You're completely dark.
We're out of.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you're
And
out
you know
of
why?
line.
Because I'm probably on the office.
Oh, I kind of
Oh,
just
he's
saw,
on the wrong Wi-Fi.
Yeah, how about now?
yes, it looks like I'm seeing a room now.
Okay, so you might want to log in on your phone if you can get on the Stanford Inn Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
How about now, AJ? See me?
Nothing. I see nothing. Nothing at
Oh,
all.
really?
Yeah. Now I see a red door. Yep. I'm seeing a little bit of a room. Ooh, it looks nice.
Yeah. Let me do a little of this.
I'm letting Jeff in on the other phone.
I'm not just. Yeah, he different Wi-Fi networks, so he'll be able to show the rooms.
If not, do you have a video that we can just link to so people want to see the rooms? Yeah,
Oh yeah, there's video on our website. I'm on a mobile phone now, but yeah, we can link. There's a whole bunch of videos on our.
You're blurry now, Sid.
Can you see Jeff and stuff?
Not really. No,
Really?
I don't think he's
You
not
can see
in.
me okay now?
I can see you better. You're just a little blurry. So is that the beautiful room I'm seeing?
No, so we are not. Hey, Dylan. So we're not in the room at this point because Jeff's logging on. Can you see me okay now?
Yeah, you're a little blurry, but I can see you. I think that's where we started that room, right?
Correct. I just couldn't go out the building because of the Wi-Fi. So Jeff's
Welcome
trying
back.
to log on.
Good to
Okay.
see you.
I'm gonna mute myself. Hey, talk to you.
Hi, AJ. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. So I'm going to ask you to start your video so we can see when.
There it is.
Okay. Okay.
And then how do you
Back in the
switch
book.
the camera around?
Just
You're
tap the
back in
main
the
screen and it's
bookstore.
upper left-hand corner. You'll see a little camera. So tap the main screen. Just tap here, and then that camera right there.
That
There,
one.
that's it. And now let's walk to the rooms.
Okay, our staff makes these. They're not wool, but they make these hats and stuff that they sell, and they tell a little story about them. You can see handmade by who and whatever. It's handmade by Gilly. She just walked past us a minute ago.
Very
Okay. I can't hear her, by the way. I've had the sound off on.
No, turn your sound up. I'm off.
You're off?
Yeah,
Okay, wait a
I muted and turn up your volume.
Wow.
Okay, there.
Yeah, that seems like much clearer. Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, there's a difference
Keep
that,
going.
but like,
Oh, sorry.
I have to get, if I don't touch this thing right, it goes wonky, but here we go. Notice the ivy. We had somebody come from LA one time and looked up at the building from the parking lot and said, I can't stand all that green, and left.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, go in there. This thing should switch over to sell. Okay, well, here's,
Oh, wow.
can you see it? I
Beautiful.
didn't,
Oh, it's a beautiful bed.
yeah, I didn't turn on the light, and we can go out here. This is a garden level room. So I planted these trees. Well, Dana and I planted these trees, and these trees are the heck. Oh, this room's not ready to be rented yet. The couch, they hadn't done things. But anyway, actually, there's a great ocean view beyond these trees, but the trees create spaces here that kind of hold that energy I was talking about earlier. And we're not cutting the trees because actually it makes it a much better place for human beings to be. There's a book I recommend that a lot of your listeners might want to check out. It's very short, very pithy, very well done, by a woman named Diana Beresford Kroger, and it's called Our Green Heart. Well worth the read.
Wow. It's stunning.
Anyway,
It almost reminds me of Hawaii in some ways.
yeah, no, this is real. I'm sorry that the sun is really bright. You can see we got a very blue sky up there. But anyway, this is the oldest building. We completely redid it. There were no chimneys. We put in the fireplaces years ago and just created the decks and all that. But anyway, get an idea.
Yeah. So what
We can
else is
go-
in the room? You've got a bed, you've got a couch, a table, oh, a TV, even
Yeah, and a bathroom.
bathroom.
And what's the name? I just got to close it so I don't forget to do it. Because you don't want it. The sun is hard on the. It's everything's paneled, even the ceilings. That's what she's. Anyway, they have bathrooms. This one's a handicapped unit. I don't know if you care to see a bathroom, but you know they're nice. Marble and stuff.
Very nice.
Yeah. So let's go from here to another room. Let's show another room from upstairs. Here we
Absolutely
go. Can you hold
gorgeous.
it? You guys. I just got to find out where I can go. What you can tell we're really well prepared. Sorry about that.
For those that choose to do activities, what time in the morning do activities usually start, and what time do they usually end? I think we might be getting out of range. I'm having trouble hearing you. Did you hear my last question, guys?
That we're going to blow off the extra room, according to Sid. I don't blame him. It's just it's too hard. I have to switch to.
No worries.
If I start switching it, I'll lose you.
We can tell it's stunning, and I'm sure people can look on your website and see even more than we're showing here today. Let me ask you.
And that's one of our least expensive rooms, just to give you an idea.
Wow, and it's still gorgeous. So for people that choose to do your activities, what time of the day do they start, and up to what time do they go?
Oh Lord, hold on a second.
Okay, you're showing.
You didn't need to see.
Hey, no, I'm trying to get that off. Can you hear me, Sid or Jeff?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I've asked this a couple of times. I guess you didn't hear me. What time of the day do the activities start, and how late do they go?
So so basically breakfast starts at 8. And so people can come in, they make a reservation. Classes are variable. So yoga can be on the early side. And then there's, usually cooking classes and things are midday between breakfast and dinner. The pool opens at 8, closes at 10. The same thing with the fitness room opens a little bit early. So people can go in with their own key even before the actually inn opens. So it's pretty wide ranging in terms of the timing, but usually things shut down around 10 or 10:30.
And we didn't see the fitness room. What kind of items do you have in there?
We've got treadmills and spinning bikes and a weight type thing. I think we can probably get down there.
Yeah, no, it should.
Let's go downstairs real quick, because this is our wellness area, and this is for the weekend that's coming up with Chef AJ and Alan Goldhamer are going to be down here doing their things. Let me know if you can still see me.
Right. We're going down, me and Dr. Goldhamer.
Don't get Okay, here we go. So down here is our kind of wellness floor. We've got acupuncture and Chinese herbals and all sorts of stuff. Here's the fitness room. I'll turn the light.
We have a TV in it.
Can you see?
Oh,
And
I
here's
love
the
that you
dog.
have I love that you have a spin bike.
We have two. We have two spin bikes, another treadmill, elliptical, and a weight machine.
And we put a game that plays.
And a TV there and some towels and some, free weight kind of stuff.
And this
Jump
thing-
rope, yoga ball.
That's a yoga ball.
Yep.
Okay.
And
we
you
also
have a dog who's the fitness
And
concierge.
this is Pepper.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we have this thing. That's not live.
Kettlebell. No. That's that. Back out here. And we're going to show you one of the rooms where I teach the cooking.
We're a little bit frozen right there. Can you hear me, Sid? Oh. We were having trouble connecting today, guys, and that's why this is recorded, because we should try to go live 3 times. And Sid, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
It should pop up. I think this is where we'll do the,
And this is the yoga room.
yeah, we'll convert it to doing Jeopardy.
Oh, I see that back wall. I could tape the clues to the back wall.
That's right.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna
But we also have a screen.
And there's a screen there.
We have a screen and projector.
yeah, might be easier just to tape them to the wall. Just because I wouldn't. I'd have to create a PowerPoint, but we'll figure it out. We're
Yep.
going to be doing plant-based Jeopardy, and so who's going to play against Dr. Goldhamer? You and Jeff?
I think so.
And
We'll see what happens.
And you'll each have a guest on your team. So
That's right.
The nutritionist.
That's right. That'll be an interesting Jeopardy session. Anyway, so that's the wellness floor, and that'll be for the weekend of, the things that are going to be in the big room, the Jeopardy and the talks.
yeah.
Yes.
And is there an extra charge for people to attend extra activities, or if they're guests, they can go to yoga and they can do things like that?
There's unless you're on yes, there's an extra charge. So if it's a wellness package, that's included when you sign up. Or you can book your classes a la carte, and there's a charge for those. So that's why we don't.
It's $15
For yoga is 15, and then there's cooking classes and creative play shops are more expensive. But we're sensitive about this isn't like a Esalen where you show up and you're prepaid to be on this back-to-back wellness thing. We really wanted to give people the option to do very little and just exist and be here.
It's the being here. He just said that. It's the being here, which is the most important.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to meet your angel. So the weekend that we were referring to, this wellness
It's
weekend,
not my angel. It'll be your angel then.
where we will be exploring both escaping and indulging in the pleasure trap with myself and Dr. Ella Goldhamer. That's going to start on Friday, April 5th, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And we're going to start about 4 o'clock, I believe, with a meet and greet or something like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, which is probably about check-in time. And we're going to go till Sunday night, ending with a plant-based Jeopardy game that you can participate in. And we're also going to have I'm going to be doing a cooking class. Would that be hands-on or demonstrational?
It'll be demo just because of the amount of people we're projecting. So.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. We'll be doing Sweet Indulgence, recipes from that book. And then Dr. Goldhamer will be giving a lecture as well. So it sounds like it's going to be an amazing weekend. And I'll be there with my husband to celebrate our 30th wedding anniversary and our little dog, Bailey. Other than the main dining room, our dog's allowed pretty much anywhere on the premises.
Except the pool.
Except the pool.
And they can
Massage it.
They can be in a massage space if the therapist agrees to it. But the only reason that we're a little leery on that is because of the very few people that come here that admit they have dog allergies. Because once they have dog allergies, there's no room that hasn't had dogs in it.
Yeah, and we do really good cleaning, but it's been okay. And I've had dogs in the cooking classes and nutrition classes multiple times. So It's private. Most of these classes are booked privately, so it's just the guests and they bring in their dog. It's super fun.
Oh, that just sounds amazing. So if people want to register, we'll have a link below. But do you recommend they call rather than just fill something out on the website just to make sure that?
Yeah, they should call. We're old school. Pick up the phone, call us, and the concierge desk can talk rooms and different rates and all sorts of cool stuff.
But if they want to participate, we can't. We got to limit it because we only have so many square feet for people, and we want people to be comfortable. We really want to bring our philosophy of not being real having a lot of activity so that people can really enjoy themselves here. And so we don't want to have a whole bunch of people. We're going to have to run 2 classes of everything.
Yeah,
And
we have a cap on the weekend, but and that's like Jeff said, we specialize in small, intimate, and interpersonal kinds of experiences. Even when we've had
yeah,
bigger hosts, we keep things
and
nice and small.
to urge our participants for getting joined, they get a substantial discount if they come in now, and they just all they have to do is say or write in the comments field Chef AJ, and we'll get it. The computer will actually read that and know what they meant, because it doesn't matter whether there's spaces or capitals or anything. But Chef AJ will all know what that means.
Well, that sounds great. I am so looking forward to, well, actually, I've met you guys in person. We met in Marshall, Texas, actually, of all places.
You and I drove from the airport in Shreveport to Marshall, and that I thought was one of the most unforgettable experiences you've ever had until now. Anyways, and so yeah,
I
we
just don't
drove from
understand,
Dallas.
Sid, why aren't you doing stand-up comedy like I
I
am?
don't, I don't know why I'm not doing lots of stuff. Actually, now that you mention it, but anyways, but yeah, we met in Marshall, and I think you might have met Jeff because
Yeah, Jeff was there too. And it's like of all the places.
Yeah,
I know, so random. Yeah, that was a great event. They did a
No,
great job.
I know. I
cooking.
bet you Jeff and I bet you Mandy has been at your place.
Well, no, but their son was, and
Oh,
but I don't,
Yeah.
but I
Benjamin?
don't, yeah, but I don't think that they have been themselves. But they, of course, they know about it.
No, they haven't been here, and their son Ben was quite young, and we never had anybody that young in it. It was really for undergraduates.
Yeah.
He was in high school. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I can't wait. And maybe I can even shoot some video while I'm there for
Cool.
possibly a future time. Well, thank you guys so much. Look forward to seeing you in April. And guys, it's very limited because they only have 41 rooms. And so I know they're going to go fast. So please look at the link below, do the old school thing, call them. And I hope to see you guys there for a very special wellness weekend with myself and Dr. Alan Goldhamer. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks.
Thank you. Great to
Take
talk
care.
to you, AJ.
Yeah.
Same
Nice to
here.
see you.
And
Bye-bye.
thanks all of you for watching another episode of Chef AJ and Friends. Please come back Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time for Dr. Brooke Goldner discussing why so many young people are getting cancer. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.